Hello, my name's Bill, and I'm an inspection volunteer with the Care Inspectorate. I've been an inspection volunteer for about 8 or 9 years now, and the reason I joined was I looked after as a sort of part-time carer of my own parents before they moved into a permanent care home at the end of their lives. The Care Inspectorate gave me tremendous training, and I was able to shadow full-time inspectors before I was released to do my own with other full-time inspectors. I found it very gratifying. I've met some marvelous old people whose life histories are just phenomenal, and you know what we do actually is look at the whole management of the home, the environment, and how the staff are looking after the residents. And I feel very privileged to be able to speak to these older people in their, sometimes in their own bedrooms, and as well as in lounges and so on. And I hope that we're helping in some way to make their lives more fruitful and more valuable and enjoyable. So that's my story as a volunteer inspector. Thank you.
What do you think you bring to the role?
Well, as you know, Barbara, or as you know, I was a Samaritan for many years in Aberdeen, and so again, like the Care Inspector, Samaritans give you very good training, and especially in listening skills. And I think listening skills are particularly important in terms of finding out information about how people are being treated in their facility. I think our role as volunteers is, and what we can do is go through the care home facility, speaking to the residents, and also, which I think is quite important, talking to their sons or daughters or spouses, and to find out how they are satisfied with or not with the quality of care given to their loved ones in the care home. And that's often very valuable information that we obtain.
Do you think that the fact that your parents were in the same setting gives you a different insight into what people want living in care homes, Bill?
Yes, definitely, because my parents were initially in a care home in Aberdeen, and it was an efficient care home, but I would say there was more emphasis on the efficiency rather than the sort of extras in terms of activities and the sort of personal touch. But then they moved to a care home in the country, not far out of Aberdeen, and the care was of a different type. It was staffed by people from the local community who were very caring and just brought a different quality of care altogether to my parents.
Your experience with your parents, does that influence how you engage with people in care services, Bill?
Yes, I think so, because the people that we interview have a huge sort of life history. And I know my parents initially resented going into a care home because, everyone wants to stay in their own house. And that's the most common complaint that you get from older people. I wish I was in my own house. But of course, because of their physical or mental condition, that's not possible. So it's a difficult transition, and but most people, if they're in a good care home, will make the transition quite well, and eventually my parents did as well.
Would you say if someone was interested in volunteering, would you say that volunteering for the Care Inspectorate is a valued role? Do you feel supported? Do you feel valued?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the office administration, like yourselves, are very, very supportive. The care inspectors, most of them value what we do because it takes some of the load off them in terms of interviewing residents and their relatives. So yes, definitely. And quite frankly, the job of volunteering is an amazing privilege, really.
Thank you, Bill. Would you say that when you first put your mind back to when you first joined us and you went to training and then you went out on your own, did you feel that you were equipped, that you were trained well, and able to take on that role with confidence?
Yes, it's quite a long time ago now, Barbara, as you know, but I remember the training being very useful because we did sort of case studies and role play, and yeah, I did feel well equipped when I went out, and of course you get very good written notes that you can refer to, and that all helps as well.
Good. Thank you, Bill.